Welcome back to ChedHER, brought to you by JP Morgan Chase, the bank that advances women everywhere. Our next guest has made some serious strides in her career in the tech space, from IBM and starting two companies of her own to becoming one of the senior leaders for Google in New York, helping publishing partners around the world during these challenging times. Joining us now is Bonita Stewart, Vice President of Global Partnerships at Google. Bonita, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and good morning, Asia.
Good morning. So 15 years at Google, what an incredible time. I want to ask you, because you've had a number of roles, how are you sort of handling the pandemic and how has your role changed at Google now?
Well, I would say first there's two pressing things right now. As a leader, you have to ensure you're putting on your oxygen mask. I think we hear this phrase all of the time, yet now we're actually putting it to the test. It's important to demonstrate resilience and confidence to actually lead your team from the front. And I think most importantly, you also have to be able to inspire your team right now. And I would say, second, it's working with our partners. I lead our largest partnerships across the US. So we have an obligation as I'm looking at the industries across news and media and entertainment and telco and commerce and mobile apps. I mean, it's all challenging, but there's also many opportunities. So we're working very closely with our partners during these extraordinary times to chart their path for the future and to help them build viable business models.
And one of the ways Google is doing that, the company is currently supporting over 5,000 small and medium sized newsrooms. Can you tell us more about the ways that Google is supporting these newsrooms?
Yes, we at Google, we've been supporting the news industry for many years. It's something that is important to us. In fact, we started the Google News Initiative, and that was done in the spring of 2018. At that time, we were focused on helping news organizations around the world actually elevate quality journalism and drive sustainable business growth. And here we are. Now we're in a crisis, and we haven't stopped. In fact, we're all in. We recently launched the Journalism Emergency Relief Fund, where we're providing 39.5 million in financial support, and that's to over 5,600 small and medium-sized newsrooms in 115 countries. So this is a global effort. But more than ever, and I think we can all relate to this, as we're sheltering in our communities, I think we recognize the importance of local news. And so to provide that financial stability, this is something that those of us as consumers will be able to receive timely and critical information about what's happening in our communities. And I think we've seen that particularly on the East Coast with what we've seen with the hurricane.
Bonita, I want to switch gears here. Just last week, Google announced that its workers can work from home until next summer. So, how are you able to lead while working remotely?
Yes, we're all working from home, and I think we're adjusting in different ways. I will say, as a tech company, we're very comfortable with technology. However, it was important for me as a leader to think about how do you simulate when you're working from home the office environment. So, a small group of my team members actually came together and they wanted to determine what they really missed about the office and that what they could actually bring virtually to the broader team. So some examples, we now have virtual coffee hours, we have lunch hours. Today is Friday, so this is our Friday where we bring in a special guest for the team. We also have twice a week. We're very concerned about well-being. So we have one of our teammates that actually leads a meditation for our team, and we're getting exercise. So we're riding together on the Peloton. The other thing that we're doing, though, is while we're learning, because we are comfortable with technology, we are taking and sharing these best practices with our partners who might actually be new to working in a virtual environment.
Bonita, I just have a couple seconds left with you, but I wanted to ask, since you have founded your own company before, we've seen grim reports that female founded startups are being hit hardest during the pandemic. Do you have any words of encouragement for women who are working from home and trying to adapt to this landscape?
Yes, yes. I have two pieces of advice. One, this is a great opportunity to become a knowledge sponge. There's so much information available to us. I would say embrace the change we're all experiencing, continue to learn, whether it's listening to podcasts, virtual webinars, simply learning a new skill. There's also right now complex problem solving. So I would tell women, don't shy away from being uncomfortable. Raise your hand, solve something that appears to be unsolved, but then do it in a way that actually challenges yourself and creates your own stretch assignment. And I will say, during these challenging situations, you will likely be acknowledged and, most importantly, remembered for your contribution.
Really good advice there. Bonita Stewart, Vice President of Global Partnerships at Google. Thank you so much for joining us.